Okay, so I finished the live part of this hedge repair. I've used all the kind of growing stuff that I can. I'm going to put some more seedlings along. But there's this huge gap now behind the willow tree. It's really overshadowed in the summer. The sun comes from this direction and goes round. So it's not going to get huge amounts of light. So I'm kind of in two minds of what to do. So what I'm going to do to start with, I think, is knock in some posts. Make some posts up out of what I took out the other hedge. Knock in some posts. And I'm going to weave in a bit of a dead hedge, just so it looks kind of right. There is a tiny bit alive, so we've got this bit here, which has got a bit of dead on the other side actually, but it's all on the right side, so I can pleach that over. In there, fill it up with some of the brash that I've taken out of this part of the hedge, make it look like it's kind of impenetrable, you can't really climb over it very easily. Weave some binders across the top, and then we'll either put some cuttings down there or some seedlings. So I'm thinking, like, I was talking to a friend, he said dog rose grows quite well in the shade, so we could put some dog rose in there. Could also put some willow in there potentially, although it needs to be managed a little bit differently. We'll see what we can find. But let's get some posts in to start with. I'm only going to do kind of 10 foot of this. I'm not going to do the whole thing this year because there's a big bit of fence there and I can't get the dig around to pull it out. Old fence. So that needs to come out really. Okay, so it's not the heaviest dead hedge. I've seen it before, you put like 2 lines of posts and fill it up in between. But all I've done is just weave in all my brash. Kind of uses it up and forms a bit of a barrier. Obviously, if it was meant to be stop proof, I'd fill it in a bit lower as well. But yeah, so add some binders and then that's pretty much done. Okay, so it's not the biggest stretch of hedge in the world, but I'm really pleased with it. It's filled in a big gap. It's well, a couple of big gaps. The dead hedge, hopefully it'll look quite good for until other stuff kind of gets established. I might take this willow back even more next year if I think it's shielded it too much, but we've got a bit of cover now and it looks like a proper barrier rather than just an empty fence. So I put in some blackthorn seedlings, some damson, some bird cherry, whatever I could find really, I've chucked in there. There's some things I definitely do differently. I think I've left too much meat in the middle of that hedge there, so it hasn't quite gone down enough. I could do with some more binders, but what it has done is it's enabled me to get the materials to start my other hedge, which I planted 8-9 years ago, and I want to lay that this year. So I've got a load of posts out of this, which I can use for that. I've also got a load of other wood, and I'm thinking about maybe cleaving some down and making myself a gate to go into this field. It looks like it's rotting away. I made it about 10 years ago out of pallets. So it'd be quite cool to make a new one out of hazel. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.